In this video, I'm going to show you something interesting. I integrated Claude Code with the LFG Agent. LFG Agent is a tool that helps you with every step of your software development, that it allows you to go from ideating, planning to eventually building out your products with AI. And these days, Claude Code is a rage. It's a agentic tool that sits in your command line terminal, and because it has access to all the command line functions, and when combined with a powerful model like Opus 4.5, it becomes an all powerful tool. And I thought, okay, maybe there is an opportunity where we could integrate Claude Code with LFG and let it unleash its power. And so that's what I did. So let me show you a demo. Now, this is one of the apps that I was building with LFG, Kitereach. Now, one of the things that you'll notice in Kitereach is that it does not have a it does not have a regular login feature. It only supports sign in with Google for now. And maybe this could be an opportunity for me to demo how how we could make it work with Claude Code. So let's get started with that. So what I'm going to do is I could just go here and just directly create a ticket. I'm going to make it a very simple request. I need a login functionality. I'm not even going to correct it with username, password. I need registration and forgot password. Alright, so I have it here and I'm going to create a ticket. Okay, so this looks good. And yeah, and before I get started here, right, so one thing that I want to show you is you could connect your own Claude Code with LFG. So if you are already subscribing to Claude and if you have one of its max subscriptions, you could directly, you could just come to settings and Claude Code, and when you click this, it will take you to the workflow. You just have to copy paste your code and you can use your own subscription here. The alternative is that LFG uses a workflow with its API functions. Now that could get a little bit expensive because it consumes a lot of tokens in its workflow. But if you're already subscribing to Claude Code, then you might as well use that. Anyways, back to our projects. So yeah, so we are here and I am going to click build ticket. So as you can see here, it is executing. I'm going to move this to in progress. I might be speeding up some of this section, because this could get a little bit long depending on how much time it takes. Okay, so here it is starting. I will start by understanding the existing code base. As you can see, it is reading the code base here. Something interesting that what we do with LFG is when you create a new ticket and execute it, what's happening is that it spins up its own sandbox. That sandbox has Claude Code installed, and then all it's doing is passing on your credentials there, and it is executing this functionality over there. So yeah, that's what you're watching. That's why it's working so fast. And one of the beauties of using LFG with the Claude Code within the LFG terminal is that all these records are kind of captured. So if you're working with terminal, of course, there are ways to capture those outputs, but organizing them, all that stuff gets a little bit difficult. But here, as you can see, it's capturing all this in the database. So even if you want to revisit this at some point of time in future, you have all those transcripts here. And for each of these command here, you could also see what's happening, right? Okay, what is it writing code? Is it doing something else? Is it searching, looking up data? So you can also get a visibility as to what exactly is happening here. So till here it was just reading the code base. Now it knows what needs to do, and now it will continue with the next step. Now, of course, this is fire and forget, right? Like, you could just, you gave your request, it's building this in the background, and you could go out and go around and do your own things, right? If there are the next set of features you want to plan, of course, you could, start describing those requirements. You could work with that. And again, like come back here and check what's the status of this ticket here is. By the way, like this app also has like language translation feature built in. I think I wrote about this in one of my like previous posts. So that is, if let's say if you're logging in and you could switch between the languages here. Let me give you just show you. So here I could switch between language, and again this was done with the LFG agent. I made the post on that. So, and as you can see, because this has language support built in here, it is automatically detecting the languages. Okay, I'm going to add Spanish, I'm going to add English text, and it's kind of taking care of everything for me. This is a Go based app, so it's building and checking if everything looks good, and when everything is good, it will sign off on it. All right. So what do we have here? Okay, so here it has marked the ticket as completed. Let me just quickly refresh, and I think, yeah. So as you saw here, like it worked on it, it will automatically mark the ticket as in review, so that now I could come here and review. And here it also generates this summary. APIs endpoint seems a different path, like so it will explain what it's doing. These are the new features that it implemented / login registration, and these are the list of the files that it modified. Yeah, so one more interesting thing that it does is, like when it's working on a functionality, okay, any feature request, it automatically creates the branch. So as you can see here this is where it pushes the changes, and it also pushed the changes to LFG agent. Now this is a branch that is being used as a central branch for coordinating the workloads and for the purpose of testing. But anyways, and now if you feel that everything here is good enough, you could also merge this to your main branch, and then check in. You could raise a PR and like check in the code there. So we will test how this works. I might have to restart the server. Okay, and let's see if we have any specific logs we need to worry about. All right, okay, I see one error here, but it seems to be something related to something else. But we have the app here. Okay, now let's go to login. Okay, and here it is. You can see now this has this new UI where it could capture the email and the password. So we are going to test this in a new tab. And it also comes with its own preview URL, so that you could test everything, send this around if you want to gather some feedback. Everything works with the LFG app. We have this as our login. Let's see our registration. All right, okay, so this is our registration page. I'm going to test with some email. Okay, I'm going to create my account. Well, here it is, like jitin@test.com. So before this we did not have a sign-in feature with our emails, but now we have it here. So this works, and to be honest, I don't want to take any credits here. It goes to the team at Anthropic for giving us this new model with Opus 4.5. So as you saw here, right, in less than maybe 10 to 15 minutes, it was able to implement an altogether new functionality. Now we are going to even test login. This was just an account creation, right? Let's see. Yeah, it works. I'm able to log in, log out. Now, one thing that is missing here is that option to send out emails, but then that could be a new ticket or that could be a new request by itself. We could just ask the agent, hey, integrate this with SendGrid or something so that only verified users can access this. And maybe that's what I'm going to build next. So I wanted to just quickly show you the magic of Claude Code now, which you could also access in LFG Agent, and how it implemented an altogether new functionality in say less than maybe 10 to 15 minutes. But yeah, I want you to try this out, and if you are looking to build projects with LFG, I would love to help you out in your journey. I can say with guarantee that if it's a small to medium apps, we would be able to turn it around in maybe 2 to 3 days itself. So if you want to give it a shot, please reach out to me, and I would love to work with you on this. Thank you.